Scalar.
And I'm Ambassador and Kajin Cosplay, and tonight we are watching with you guys
Death Note. Episode 28.
Impatience.
Yes. What happened last episode?
Oh my goodness. Light's sister has been kidnapped by Mello.
Exactly. We got to see Nier and Mello, how they act and how they want to solve this case.
And both of them are gonna be more different than one of the others.
Yeah, but they both represent a facet of Al's personality. One is the passion and the emotions, the brashness.
The rush part of him.
And the other is the intellect.
The logical part of it. Oh, the calm.
Together, they could probably, solve this case twice as fast. Because it took Nier like 3 years, it took Mello like a year and a half. And it took Al like a couple of months. My baby is still the best. I'm sorry.
I'm wondering though how much time would have taken Light to solve the case.
Probably just as much as Al. He showed potential. Although, I mean, he has been surprised a few times. So I think it's not only Al's knowledge that managed to that made him solve this case fast. It's also his experience. And Light didn't have experience at first, So maybe it would have taken him a little longer. But I think he would have been better than Nier or Mello.
Well, both of them are still kids. Like teenager.
Very, very true. So let's not compare them to L. I was about to say any longer, but I'm pretty sure I'll do it in the future too. So let's not compare them much more. And move on. Let's see what happens to Sayu. Since this episode is called Impatience, I'm kind of scared about what's gonna happen. I don't want her to die, and I don't want the dad to die either, but he's going to Los Angeles to get her, so I don't know what Light is going to do, I don't know what Nier is going to do if he does anything, I don't know what Mello is capable of doing, so since L is gone now, I don't really know what's gonna happen, so I can try to predict, but I'm in the dark right now, so
yep. So I'm gonna sit and just watch.
Let's see. Does that mean that there's a Shinigami who's literally gonna come for the Death Note and it's not gonna care who it has to kill in order to get it? Holy shit! Okay. The idea that got to my head watching this episode was Mello is basically what Al would have been like if he was Kira instead of Light, I think. A bad guy. But he's got wits, like I'm not saying he's dumb. Obviously he was good if he was supposed to be one of the possible successor. So I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, they are L's students, so obviously they will surprise us. They will show us tactics that remind me of L all the time. This is so freaking weird. But I do not approve. Like, the second Mello decided to kill all these people just for a sick game, I'm like, uh-oh, nope, you're definitely not one of the good guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I find that I cannot like, the same way I used to love L, I cannot love either Nier or Mello because of how they address things, Like, Nier is too cold. Like, he lacks...
They're not as charming as L used to be.
Like,
I can give it that.
Nier's sense of justice, like, that's the thing, actually. I don't think both of them are doing it. Neither of them are doing it for justice. They're doing it for the game. Well, Nier might be doing it both for the game and because, well, I'm the new L. This is my job. That's what I do. No emotions involved, So there's no passion. There's no I am justice. There is no nothing. So I'm like, he's interesting to watch, but I kind of expect to see something from him because so far all he has done is get played. He stood there and he watched. I thought he was, I think he was watching what Light was doing because he was trying to seize him up. Like, he was trying to see what he was worth. which is not much from what he saw. Like, I mean, you tried to take L's place. let's see how you do. Oh shit, you did terrible.
Yeah.
So Light is not fit for that. Not at this level. Because basically, that's the thing. Mellow is basically Akira with L's wits. Kinda. So basically, Light trying to catch Mellow was basically like L trying to catch Light. And he failed miserably. So, I mean, he's gonna work with Nier, which is basically back to L working with Light, and we know that team worked out pretty good. So, what is gonna happen now? And that's the thing, like, I see Mello and Nier as students of L. So, at first I was like, oh, I'm gonna support them, you know, they're the good guys. And then Mello goes in and kills all Nier's team. And I'm like, okay.
Well, and that part, I can agree that Mello is like really a bad guy.
Yeah, because I mean, he's gonna try to catch Kira, because at the end of the day, he just wants to prove that he's better than Nier and possibly better than L. He just wants to take that place. But I'm sorry, but once that is over, if you get Kira, you're gonna get arrested too. Like, I'm sorry, but what's the difference between you and Higuchi? Or was it Higuchi?
Higuchi, yeah.
From Yatsuba. What's the difference?
This is Yotsuba.
Yotsuba, sorry. What's the difference? You killed innocent people. Well, yeah, he used to kill. You killed innocent people for your own game. At that point, you're almost worse than Kira. Because Kira only kills criminals, or at least he says he kills only criminals. I'm so freaking glad he didn't kill his sister. He was so about to do it, and I was like, oh, don't you freaking dare. Like, there's a line you do not cross.
The only reason why he didn't do it, I think, is because only their team knew about the deal and the trade offer.
It's true, but I think the way it was played, he found this as an excuse, kinda. He didn't want to kill her because it's his sister. She's a sister, so at the core he didn't want to kill her, but he saw an excuse to just prove to him that she wasn't worth killing. So he wrote her off like, I'm not going to kill her because what would be the point? Mm-hmm. But I think at the core he was trying to look for that excuse. So, I mean, Kira is a bad person, but Light is a good person. The question is, how much of Kira and how much of Light is there in that body? Anyway, so now Nier has to work with them, because, I mean, he has no one else. So, let's move on. Let's move on and see what happens.
Yep.
We're reaching the end of this show, so it needs to wrap up somehow. And, with this new Shinigami coming to the real world and I don't remember who has which notebook. So I think if I remember correctly, it's Mello now who has Ryuk's notebook. Right?
I think.
I don't know, let's just move on to the next episode and see, okay? We're not detectives, okay? We're not called L or N or M or anything, although you could be called M because Melissa. I'll be called J. This is a good name,
J.
Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is
already up on the Patreon. The link is down below, so go right there and subscribe.
Yes.
And if you don't want to, the next one will be up on YouTube next Tuesday. So in a couple of days, guys.
Yes.
Alright.
Bye.
See you then.